Blog Talk Radio.
Welcome to Voices for Change 2.0, the mental health podcast that's changing the discussion one voice at a time, featuring guests that will help end the stigma and keep talking mental health. And now, here are your hosts, Rebecca and Joe Lombardo.
Hey, good morning, everybody, and welcome to Voices for Change 2.0.
Happy New Year! Yay!
We are thrilled about the new year. Last year was meh. But we're hoping for good things this year. So, and we hope that, wonderful things happen for all of our listeners and our guests. And
so happy 2020. Here's a little tip. I saw this yesterday online, and it kind of makes sense. If you're writing out the
date.
Thank you. Yes. I don't know why I couldn't think of that. If you're writing out the date, how years past you'd write, like, today would be, if it were last year, you'd write 1/4/19. So this year you would write 1/4/20. Don't just write 1/4/20. Write out 2020, because people can modify that and slap 19 or 18 or whatever after the 20 that you wrote and screw things up for you. So just a thought.
Just a public service announcement.
Yes, this has been your public service announcement by Voices for Change 2.0. So that's about it. Hope everybody had a wonderful New Year's that was filled with light and love and hope, and not too copious amounts of booze. And if you did, I hope your hangover was short-lived. We kept it pretty much the same that we've done the last few years. We kept it quiet. That's what we do.
We're homebodies.
We are homebodies. And so we just hung out at home, watched the ball drop, ate some... What did we eat?
I don't even remember.
Yeah, I can't remember either. I don't know if we had pizza.
I don't recall, but it's okay.
I think... No, you know what? We did have pizza, I think. Anyway.
You digress.
I digress, yes. So, it was really good, and, we're really looking forward to a positive 2020. Hopefully lots of good things down the pike. We had fun spoiling our great niece for Christmas. We hope everybody had a wonderful Christmas. We didn't get to talk to you guys last week.
If you do celebrate that.
If you do celebrate that, yes. If you celebrate Hanukkah, we hope you had a wonderful Hanukkah. And if you celebrate Kwanzaa, we hope you had a kicking Kwanzaa. So, anyway, we're happy that this holiday season is in the books, and now on to bigger and better things. And I had to laugh. I was at CVS yesterday picking up some scripts and whatnot, and it's January 3rd, and they've got the Valentine's stuff out.
Yeah.
They didn't waste any time.
No, not at all. That's it drives me crazy.
Yeah.
Valentine's Day is one of my favorite holidays, whether it's a Hallmark holiday or not, but I haven't established, but it's one of my favorite holidays because there's so much red everywhere. Red's my favorite color.
Yes, it is.
And but even somebody who loves it thinks that it's too soon to start putting it out. But God, I guess it's only a month away now.
Month and a half.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's not that far.
It's not that far, no. But, and just to clarify something for you, babe, Valentine's Day, not a Hallmark holiday.
Okay.
Okay. But Sweetest Day in October is. Okay. They don't even, it's not even a national holiday. Okay. It's a regional thing. We've got it here in Michigan. I don't know if you have it where you live, but it's like October's Saturday cousin to Valentine's Day, and it is totally a Hallmark holiday. So we don't usually honor that one too much, but Valentine's Day is legit.
Okay.
So.
Well, let's get get moving on to today's topic.
Speaking of legit.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, our guest is legit.
Yeah, that's for sure. He definitely is. We're really excited to be talking to him. Will be his second appearance on our show.
2 times.
Yep, we're gonna start a Hall of Fame section. I think on the website.
We should seriously set that up.
Do that.
Yeah.
I think I might do it. But we're thrilled to talk to him. He's an award-winning blogger, which we were thrilled for him to have won that award last year. We'll talk a little bit more about that with him. He's working on a book. He is a major advocate for mental health. He's always using my Keep Talking Mental Health hashtag, which, awesome. Endears me to him.
Yep. He won a major award.
He did win a major award. And it was Italian.
Was it Italian?
But
was it fragile?
But anyway, like I said, we're glad to be talking to him. So everybody, welcome to the show, John Poehler.
Hey, Joe. Hey, Rebecca. Thanks for having me, you guys. It's great to be on again.
Hey, buddy. Thanks for joining us. Thanks for taking the time. We are happy to have you back. Happy New Year.
Yeah. Yeah, thanks. Happy New Year to you guys, too.
Thanks.
Thank you.
We're getting meowed at by a small orange creature currently. I was thinking about this. We need to get like a audience track or something every time we introduce our guests. That'd be awesome.
Yeah, I don't.
Yeah.
I don't think so. That's okay.
maybe I'll just start doing it. So.
Oh my Lord!
That would be awesome.
I always feel like we're missing something there when we introduce people. So it's like,
yeah, sometimes I kind of goof it up, but I'd rather it was, more off the cuff, I guess you would say, than it being so planned out. But
yes,
yeah.
Anyway,
I thought it was perfect.
Do you have any questions for us before we move ahead?
Oh, me? No, I just not really. I kind of know since I was on with you guys before, I kind of know what's going on. So.
Sounds good.
That's good.
Yeah.
So, what was I going to ask you? So, I was going to ask how was your holiday season?
Oh, it was great. I mean, we like you guys, we're kind of homebodies, so I'm not really into, going out and, partying for the new year and so forth. And so we just kind of we played it just kind of chill. My son was asleep by 8, and I think I was asleep by 9 o'clock probably. So
wow.
We're usually we get up early in the morning, and then we go to bed early at night. Like we're usually up at 4 or 5, and then we just kind of crash. And then the holidays were just awesome. I celebrate Christmas, so my son had a blast. There's a lot of cool stuff where we live. There's like they renovated this outside garden with like a couple $1 million, and they for the holiday they put thousands of lights through the whole thing, so you can walk through the gardens. It was so amazing. They had just opened it up. It took them about a year to renovate. So we did that and a bunch of other, just fun things like that. So, I was going to tell you though, when you guys were talking about Valentine's Day and, already looking and so forth, I always love to go the day after Christmas. If you go to Walmart or some of those other big retailers, they mark everything for Christmas 50% off. And when we went that day, the day after Christmas, they had aisles already stocked full of Valentine's Day stuff. So when you said that about Valentine's Day, I was like, oh, I had to mention that. That's pretty crazy. So.
They're jumping on that stuff quick now, man. It's crazy.
I know, isn't it? Yeah.
Always looking for the next thing.
Mm-hmm.
So cool. Well, cool. Yeah, that light thing sounds like it's really awesome and a lot of fun. And we've got a thing that they do here in Detroit. They call it the Wayne County Light Fest, and it's along this stretch of road, and it's like they close it off, and you drive through, and they've got all these huge different light displays set up. It's really, really nice. We've done,
cool.
Yeah, we've done it a couple of years now, and we didn't go this year, but we'll probably go next year. The baby, our niece, will probably be old enough to appreciate it then. So, looking forward to taking her next year.
They do
you
light
guys
up our zoo.
Yeah.
I was just going to ask you guys if you guys go out, and one of our traditions is we like to go look out or drive around, the day before Christmas or Christmas Eve, and we drive around and look at all the cool lights in the neighborhood. I don't know if you guys have ever done that. That's always been a tradition of mine since I was a kid, and I love doing that. So, yeah.
Yeah,
those lights
Beck
sound
and I
awesome.
haven't done it. I used to do it back when I was single. If I was dating somebody or just hanging out with friends, we'd drive over to a ritzy part of town and kind of drive through and check out lights, because those people spend thousands of dollars on lights, and we would check that out. But Beck and I haven't ever done that, and I don't know. So
you guys
sorry,
should take
honey.
your niece out. You said it was your niece, right?
Yeah.
That you have?
Yeah, great.
Yeah.
Yep.
A great niece? Oh, cool. You should take her out next year and do that it's just fun. We always get in our PJs and, get the blankets and so forth, and the kids love it. So, yeah. Hello? Hello?
Sorry about that, John. I accidentally hit a button there. So you didn't.
I don't know what you guys were talking about. What?
Sorry. You didn't hear me cough at all, did you? Oh, good. Okay.
No.
No, I was saying that our niece is only one, so we're hoping next year when we take her out that it'll be a lot more of an enjoyable thing. Yeah. So sorry about that. That was my goof. I muted us long enough for me to be able to cough. So.
Oh yeah, no worries. I was like, oh man.
Yeah. All right. So that said, we're gonna actually jump into our questions, because I kind of dominated things with this holiday.
You're rambling a little bit.
Yeah.
That's what I still love. So we'll get started, and for those people that aren't familiar with your story, John, can you tell us where your mental health journey begins?
Oh yeah, sure. Well, originally I was diagnosed with bipolar back in 1999, and up until that point, I had an idea of something was I just didn't feel like I fit in, like I really didn't, in terms of how I was thinking and acting and so forth. So in 1999, when I was diagnosed, I was actually thrilled to get the diagnosis. I know a lot of people, they kind of are like, oh man, I have a mental illness or whatever. But for me, I was like, wow, this is something that they have a name to it. I can manage it. Okay, this is good. So I was pretty pumped about that, to know that it could be managed and so forth. I knew there wasn't a cure, and there still isn't, but I just knew if I, took my doctor, I remember telling me that we needed to come up with a treatment plan and figure out the best way so I could function. And that's what I pretty much have been doing since then. I've been trying to find the best medication regimen, because mine is type 1, and I get pretty extreme when I go both ends of the spectrum, with bipolar. And so I definitely have to be on medication. I know there's a huge, discussion about that, and I basically to people daily about it, arguing for or against, whatnot. But for me personally, it's been a lifesaver, and it did take a number of years for me to find a good regimen of medication so I could actually just function during the day. And I'm not saying that I don't get episodes anymore, but all the stuff that comes with a mood disorder, with a bipolar, the variability each day and like energy, motivation, functionality, like that's gotten a lot better. And that's actually one of the biggest things that I found in the past few years, trying to manage this, is that it's not just managing the episodes, it's managing, the motivation, so I can have the energy and vice versa, so then I can function on a daily basis. So, and then that kind of brings me up. Sorry, what, Joe? What?
No, I was just agreeing with you.
Oh, cool. Okay, cool. Sorry.
Yeah.
Cool. And then I started my blog in April 2017, and at that point, I kind of I'm trying to remember exactly. I don't know if I told you on the first time I don't really remember what sparked me to start it. I think it was more I just wanted to share my story, what helps for me, because I spent so long fighting it and trying to manage it that if I had known then what I know now, it would have cut a lot of years off of trying to find a treatment that would work. So I started in April of 2017, and I just, each week I would write, type up a blog, and I was learning how the technical part of it and so forth, and I've been doing that ever since. And then I've gotten on all the social media platforms like Instagram, Twitter. That's the one I won the WeGo Health Award was for Twitter. In that, I really like Twitter. I love your hashtag, Rebecca. I've been using that since I remember I saw that, your hashtag, when I first got on Twitter, which was back in 2017. And I always try to use that as much as I can. And then, I really like Twitter because I get a chance to interact with people directly. It's like in real time sort of, and I just feel like there's more of a camaraderie, and people are more open to hearing about mental illness and mental health in terms of that platform. And that's just been my experience, though. I know people have their own experience and whatnot, but I've just really enjoyed that. And then I've written a book based on my blog, The Bipolar Battle, and it's kind of like a handbook to kind of exactly what I was telling you before, to show you how you can manage, quicker, basically, so you have the information, because a lot of these books are written by doctors and clinicians, and it's all based on theory, like this is supposed to work to help you with this, but in reality, a lot of these things that they say will work don't, or if they do work, you have to change it in some specific way, so it's realistic, that you can actually follow through with. And so that's why I did that with the book. And it was supposed to be out on my birthday, November 15th, but the publisher just closed their doors, and so now I'm kind of looking to I guess I don't know what I'm going to do yet. I'm still kind of in that transition phase of maybe just publishing it myself, because I have everything together. It's just a matter of, the logistics of putting it into a book so I can send it out to people and they can buy it and so forth. So.
Right.
So
well,
that's the long version of it.
If you do decide to self-publish, I know you and I talked about this in the past. Create Space through Amazon is a great way to do it. So,
okay,
that's an option. Just tuck that in the back.
Yeah,
of your
thanks, Joe.
Yeah. So I know we talked a little bit about it actually you sort of answered our next question a little bit, which was how has having bipolar disorder impacted your life?
Mhm.
It's kind of I can appreciate what you said about feeling kind of relieved and embracing the diagnosis, because until that point you're like, well, what the hell is wrong with me, and
Yeah.
not feeling like you're fully integrated into society the way everybody else is, and finally being able to put a name to it and get some understanding that it's almost like you finally get the last piece of the puzzle,
Yes. Yes.
So
yeah, exactly.
so that's good, that you were able to finally figure that out and everything, because it's tough, when you're dealing with different things, especially a mood disorder, and you really don't know where to turn, because traditionally, like, I know for Beck and I and people of our generation, it wasn't discussed, it wasn't brought up in normal family conversation. I feel, nowadays, the kids that are, coming up now, they're going to be more well adjusted to all this, because it's talked about on a daily basis now, and it's talked about in schools, and I think that is, just it's a step in the positive direction, I think.
Yeah, I agree. I totally agree, Joe. Yeah.
I definitely think that Twitter has a special place in all of our hearts, because the mental health community on Twitter has been amazing. I mean, I started out on there because I had some good experiences with talking to celebrities and getting like tweets back from my favorite actors or actresses and whatnot. And
oh, cool.
That excited me so much. I was like, okay, I'm gonna learn how to do this, because at first, when you first get on there, you don't know what a hashtag is, and you don't know why it works, or when to post or what to say and all that stuff. So, but slowly but surely, coming out with my story, I was getting, more feedback from people in the same boat, and before long, it just seems like we sort of developed this community where we're all really supportive of each other, and really, I don't know, positive on talking about it. And I think that's been absolutely amazing, and I think that it's helped. We haven't cured the problem of stigma on mental health, but we certainly have made a dent in it, I think.
I agree with you, Rebecca. I just to play on that real quick, the whole thing with having this whole community, it's I know it's not therapy, or whatnot, but it's cool to be able to interact with people and get their ideas and what has worked, what hasn't, how they're feeling, how they're doing. Because some of the other platforms, it's not as real and transparent as Twitter is. It's kind of like, you still can, pretend like, oh, this is the way, develop a persona that's not real or whatnot. But most of the people that I've come in contact with are so real about everything, and they're not afraid to be like, hey, I am having a crappy day, instead of being, trying to pretend like everything's awesome,
Yeah, that's one real good thing about it. There's as much as there's negatives to be found on social media, especially Twitter. There's so much positivity that's out there, and it's so much more welcoming. Especially now. The first couple of years that we were using it, it was
a lot of trolls.
Yeah, a lot of trolls. But now there's such a support, and it's nice because it's not. It's like you said, it's not therapy, and it shouldn't take the place of therapy, but it's a nice supplement to therapy. Being able to put something out there and get back positive feedback from from your friends out there in the Twitterverse, you know.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That's a real helpful thing, you know, because you never know who's going through what, when, you know.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
What you're going through, and you know, being able to just say, hey, I'm just having a really crappy day today, you know, and just putting it out into the universe. And that's a big thing for me personally is, you know, if I'm feeling some certain way, having a negative day or, you know, not feeling great about things, or if I'm having a positive day and I want to share that, you know, being able to just say it and put it out there in the universe and then actually have somebody respond to it, you know, that's a pretty good feeling, you know, even if it's just a like, you know, just the fact that it resonated with another person. So, at this point in the show, we're going to take a break.
Okay.
We'll be right back.
We will be right back. We're going to be listening to the song Circles by Brian Justin Crumb. Hang in there, people. We'll talk to you on the other side.
Maybe I should just keep running. I think I got a chance if I can get away. Yeah, we got a monsoon coming. Too close to me. Don't tell me that it's nothing. With your girl here all night, talking about something. Are you sure that it's her on the line? Somehow, the things that are keeping me up late at night, something about it's not right. Oh, we go over and over again till we don't wanna try. Love this time will be different though. We go over and over again, we just can't get it right. One more time till we let this go. Circle, round and round and round we go. Giant circle, round and round and round we go. Giant circle, always got a new one coming. I know we're gonna drown 'cause all the rumors say that we were never made for loving. You were my hideaway. Don't tell me that it's nothing. With your girl here all night, talking about something. Are you sure that it's her on the line? Somehow, the things that are keeping me up late at night, something about it's not right. Oh, we go over and over again till we don't wanna try. Love this time will be different though. We go over and over again, we just can't get it right. One more time till we let this go. Circle, round and round and round we go. Giant circle, round and round and round we go. Giant circle. We go over and over again, we just can't get it right. One more time till we let this go. Circle, round and round and round we go. Giant circle, round and round and round we go. Giant circle.
Hey, welcome back to Voices for Change 2.0. I'm Joe. She's Rebecca. And coming back to the line very, very soon is our guest, John Poehler. He had to step away for a minute, but, you know, he'll be back. So it'll be okay. So, you know, no worries.
At this time, we could make a suggestion, actually, since we have a minute, that if anybody has any questions, I haven't brought this up in a few months because we just usually fill up the show so much. We don't have the time to take calls, but we could certainly give it a shot for the new year. And if you have questions for John or questions for us, please feel free to give us a call at 347-989-0126.
Yep.
And our producer Scott will answer the call and let us know that you're there, and we'll try to get you in.
Yeah, we'd love to talk to you. We definitely welcome phone calls. We don't discourage them. And being able to connect with you, our wonderful listeners, would be awesome.
Absolutely.
So that's something we would definitely like to do more of in the new year, the 2020. Why did I say it like that?
I don't know.
That was really weird.
We have a new theme song.
Yeah.
I have new headphones.
Yeah.
And we're going to try a new policy of getting people to call in.
Yeah. And
so that's the New Year, New Us version of us.
Yeah, I hate that whole New Year, New Us thing.
Too.
It's kind of, I'm perfectly happy with who I am. Thank you very much. I don't need your stinking resolutions.
Yeah, I'm not doing that this year.
Yeah,
I have done maybe one in the past and tried to stick with it, and to me, it's just setting yourself up for a disappointment.
Yeah. Yeah, I'd rather just, instead of making a resolution that I'm going to do something, I'm just going to say, you know what, I'm going to give that a try. And if I fail miserably, well, at least I tried.
Yeah.
Versus putting all this pressure on myself. And that's the one thing I think going into 2020 is, we should all try to put less pressure on ourselves to perform and just meet some kind of ridiculous standard that we've set for ourselves.
Yeah.
I lost
Hello?
where I was going with that. Hey, John.
John, welcome
you're
back.
You're back.
Oh, hey guys. Sorry,
Yay.
I was trying to talk and I couldn't. I don't know what was wrong with my connection, but so I just called back. So yeah.
Yep, no problem. We were vamping.
Okay, cool.
So,
right on.
no big. So, let's see. So, what advice do you have for someone who is recently diagnosed with bipolar disorder?
Advice. Well, probably the biggest thing I would say is if you're at your doctor's and they say, oh, you have bipolar disorder, try to get as much information from the doctor that you can. I think one of the things that I've been hearing a lot lately is since the supply of doctors is in such, there's not many of them to supply, but there's such a high demand because so many people are diagnosed that they don't spend enough time to educate their patients about what to expect. And so some of them, I talked to somebody who said they told her she has bipolar disorder, wrote a script, gave it to her, and sent her on her way. And so, that doesn't help anything. You need to, the doctor, it would be great for them to explain, but if they don't have time to explain it, that's when it's kind of, as a patient, it's our responsibility to go out and find the information ourselves. That's what I've, since when I was talking to you before about being proactive, I've always supported that. Like, we're the ones, in the end, we're in our bodies, we're the ones living in our mind every day, and waiting for somebody else to do something isn't always the best course of action, but it's always good to ask the doctor and then go out and do your own research, talk to your peers, get online, whatever you can to get as much information. I think that would be the first big step, is educating yourself about what the heck it is, so you know what to expect. So that'd be my first
to piggyback on that, if they say, well, you have bipolar disorder, having them try and clarify if it's type 1 or type 2.
Yeah, that's an important distinction.
Yeah.
I didn't think to find that out, for several years. And I just recently checked with my current doctor because I haven't had a full-blown manic episode in quite some time. I've had like little miniature episodes, and my manic phases often manifest themselves in not sleeping, but also being very angry all the time, and just different ways that it happens for me than it happens for someone who maybe regularly has manic episodes.
Yeah.
But I'm definitely, I had to ask her, can you tell me whether or not I'm bipolar 1 or bipolar 2? And she said bipolar 2 to be sure. So I'm glad that I know that now, but it's an important distinction to make because they are different. There's actually 4 different bipolar diagnoses.
Yeah.
And it's go ahead.
Oh, no, I was just going to say, because cause you said 1, 2, there's cyclothymic disorder, and then not otherwise specified. Is that where they're at now?
If the article that I just read not too long ago is correct, yes.
It is? Okay.
Yeah, that sounds like that's right.
Okay. Because I was going to say,
Sorry.
Rebecca, did you notice it changed then? Like, did your doctor do something different with your treatment once they told you that you have type 2?
No, she didn't do anything different.
Nope.
Not at that point. No, I mean we've been working with all different types of medications because my depressive episodes are so brutal and so long. I've really the last couple of years have been struggling so much, and we've been going back and forth on different meds, and she's got some other ideas that she wants me to implement, but I don't think she specifically set out to do anything different once she diagnosed me with type 2.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Yeah. So, but it helps to get that clarity for sure, and we do all have to be actively engaged in our own health, both mentally and physically. That's kind of an important thing to bear in mind too. You can't just go to a doctor and let them give you a script and
think the meds are going to change it all.
Yeah, it's not a cure-all.
Yeah.
We've been saying for years you have to do the work. The medication is part of it, but you also have to put the work in yourself. Go to therapy or journal or blog or just even having a trusted confidant that you can talk to. Just something to help you process what you're feeling, good or bad, at that time, and being aware of what's going on with you. That's one thing that we've learned over the last 18 plus years of marriage is, now Beck knows when she's starting to really feel it and have a backslide and the depression is starting to overtake her. She'll say to me, "Hey, I feel it coming," and that's when we batten down the hatches and we're like, okay, well, we're going to ride through this storm together and it'll be okay, and it's that having a person in your life that you can do that with is important.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
It's helped me tremendously.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's helped me too.
So,
I totally agree with you.
Yeah, for sure. So talk to us a little bit about your blog and what readers should expect to find there.
Oh, okay. Well, what I've been doing the past couple of years, I've been writing an article a week, and I basically cover whatever topic, comes to mind, because like, as a mood disorder, bipolar disorder affects every corner, every part of my life. And so the information that I like to provide is just any of the topics, how to make a treatment plan, what are some of the triggers, talking about medication, just all. I have over 100 articles, I think, and it's not just bipolar. I also have articles about like finance, family, exercise, which I'm a huge proponent of too. And let's see what else. That's just kind of it in a nutshell. I just try to get down on each of my articles things that have helped me or what's in my mind, with the hope that it empowers others, because that's the mission I decided kind of that I wanted to take with my blog, is to provide information so somebody coming to look at it, to read it, can say, hey, this information I can actually use. And it's actually cool because I get emails or messages on Twitter or whatnot about how the different articles have helped them, and they never thought of something some certain way, and they didn't even think about it. So it's kind of cool to see how, relaying the information that's helped me or that's in my mind can actually help others and help empower them. Like you guys were just saying about, like, you need to do the work. I mean, this helps you do the work, and you don't have to listen to a clinician, say, well, you should do X, Y, and Z because that's what they say you should do. It's, well, maybe not. Maybe you don't need Y. You just need X and Z, and you'll do just as well. Whatever, you know what I mean? Like, it's so different for everybody. It's, what works for this person may not work for this person, and vice versa. But like you're saying too, for me, medication has been instrumental in terms of like the foundation, I think, of getting kind of my chemicals and stuff in my head right, so I can actually do these other things to manage it. Because it's kind of, I was in crisis mode for so many years with trying to find the meds, and once in my experience, when I found the right cocktail of meds, then I was able to start moving forward more and seeing what would impact my overall quality of life. Because I remember in my 20s, I was more like, I'm surviving. And then into my 30s and now, I'm like, okay, I'm not just surviving. Now I'm thriving because I have all these other strategies, these other, ways to make my life better, and not such a, because I call it the bipolar battle because that's what I've always seen it is I'm fighting it. And but I'm not saying like not to embrace it, or I've written articles about this, about embracing or fighting bipolar, but like you were saying initially and at the beginning, Joe, about how the acceptance part, which I think is different. I don't see it as a special power or whatnot. I just see it as an illness that needs to be managed and so forth, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
I don't know if that makes sense, but
No, it does, because you look at other diseases, and it's not necessarily, some of them you can be cured from, but some of them you just learn to live with it and manage it. If somebody is battling HIV, they're managing it, with medication and whatnot. If you're battling diabetes, you manage it with medication and with diet and with exercise. You learn how to, I don't want to say cope, but you learn how to make it into an aspect of your life, as opposed to making it your life. It's like I say, back when Beck and I got together, she was battling bipolar disorder, but she wasn't bipolar disorder. I knew there was more to her than just this affliction. It was, her smile and her personality and her sense of humor and just everything about her. And there was, this was just something that she had to live with and and manage. So I looked at that and go, okay, well, yeah, there's, just, this is her diagnosis, but this isn't her whole life.
Sometimes it feels like it is.
I know. And sometimes it does. You get those days where, it's sometimes it's all you can concentrate on is that. You're going to have those days. You're going to have bad days. You're going to, and I tell her that, it's like, this is the days you can get up and do more, that's great. But if today all you can do is breathe, that's perfectly, perfectly fine as well, because it beats the alternative.
Yes.
She has a habit sometimes of feeling guilty about doing the self-care thing, and I have to reassure her that no, it's perfectly okay if all you do today is breathe.
Yeah, that's awesome that you're
John,
a good support like that. What? Sorry.
Yeah, no, go ahead. That's fine.
No, I was just saying that's awesome that you guys have such a like Joe. You understand each other like that, because it is difficult when you're trying to do self-care and you don't have a supportive, partner or spouse or whatnot. It's a battle in itself too. So yeah.
Exactly.
So you also won a WeGo Health Award last year. Please talk to us about that.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that was really awesome. I actually wasn't really expecting it. Some people had nominated me, and then they do the endorsements and so forth. And then I remember, they said that I won for Best in Show Twitter, and then they told me, oh, we're going to fly you out to Las Vegas, and I was like, holy cow, I wasn't, and they were going to pay for it all, and it was pretty, it was overwhelming because I just wasn't expecting all of it, and so they flew me out along with all the other winners to Las Vegas, and Health is the conference that it's HLTH, Health, and they're the ones that put on this huge conference in Vegas, and they sponsored the WeGo Health Awards there, and I got in like Sunday, and they had stuff Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday, and I'd never been to Vegas, and it was just
amazing.
It just seemed like I was kind of in a movie or a dream or something, because there was so much going on, and but it was very fun, and it was just an awesome experience, because then I got to meet all sorts of great people, and meet people that I've been talking to on social media that there they were in person, so it was really cool. And just kind of cool. I really liked it too, because this was the first year that Health had allowed patient advocates to come to their conference, because usually these big, huge medical conferences don't allow patient advocates, I guess. And so it was really cool to be able to stand up and tell my story, and everybody told their stories too. You remember? Have you ever seen America's Got Talent? That I don't know if you've seen that or not, but the winner of this past year, Cody, he has autism, and he's blind as well, and he performed there.
Oh yeah.
And it was so awesome to hear his mom talk about their journey, and through the whole system, the medical system with Cody and so forth. It was just amazing, I thought. So I wrote an article about it, and I put videos in there, because we stayed at we were all put up at the MGM Grand, and
Oh, nice.
it was a lot of fun. And so and then now with the award, I can sit on their advisory panel for this next coming year, and then we sit in on the virtual panel and talk about, I guess, what an advisory panel does. I'm not really sure, but we'll, I guess we'll
You'll
see.
find out.
Yeah. So, yeah, but.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah. So.
I'll tell you a little secret, John.
Yeah. What's up?
I was actually up for that same award.
Oh, really?
And
oh, serious?
Yeah. Yep. And
oh my gosh.
I was really happy that it was somebody that I know and that I knew had done a lot of really good work and was definitely an outstanding advocate. So
yeah. Oh, thanks, Rebecca.
Yeah. I'm really happy for you.
Well, thank you. I'm sorry you didn't win, and I really appreciate your kind words. You're always so nice. So thank you.
I try.
Yeah, that was one cool thing. It's like, well, it's a drag that she didn't win, but it's awesome that a friend of ours did, and
yeah,
well deserving, and so that was pretty cool. We were real happy for you when we. Because half the time it's people that we don't know, people we haven't talked to, and it's like, oh, okay, I don't know anything about this person, but then we saw it was you, and it's like, hey, John,
yeah, thanks. Cool. Well, hey, maybe someday we'll all be able to go to some other award, together and meet each other in person, So that might be cool.
That would be cool. that would definitely be cool.
Well, we're getting down to the wire here, where we're going to have to put a stop on the show here, but
on the shenanigans.
Yep, but I did want to ask you, what are you hoping for in the new year?
Oh, for the new year, I started my second book, and so I'm hoping to get at least get it written. I'm also hoping to collaborate with some other companies that I have been as well, but like new ones, and maybe find some sponsorship for my my website, for my blog. So those are kind of the big things that I'm looking at. So
cool.
Okay. Tell us about your social media links so people can seek you out if they need to.
Oh yeah, sure. It's Twitter is at Bipolar Battle. Instagram is The Bipolar Battle, and Pinterest is also The Bipolar Battle, and Facebook, I'm not really on Facebook as much as I was, so I actually don't remember the tag for that one.
Okay.
It's been a minute.
Yeah, it has been. Exactly.
Nothing wrong there. Nothing wrong with that.
Yeah.
Well, great, man.
Mm-hmm.
Well, we're so happy that we had you on.
Thanks,
love
Joe
to
and
have you back
Rebecca.
Anytime. Especially once you get your second book done, we want to promote the hell out of your work, and so we'd love to have you back anytime.
Oh, thank you guys.
So
I love you guys. You're awesome.
Thanks
you
so
buddy.
much. So are you.
Hang on.
Stay on the line for a second.
Yep, hang on the line, and we're gonna finish out the show with "Living in the Moment" by Casey Lansdale, and we will see you guys next week. Happy New Year!
Easy to get off track, easy to lose your way. In a world that makes you believe there's no time to waste, that you gotta have it all, better have it all, better not slow down. Looking ahead got me looking in circles. Life with a plan at first seems hopeful. Worry that I won't let it slip away. Don't let this